Stand by. Just not the buggy. You have an iPhone charge cable in there. At the inning. I'll let you know, Jess, if we're gonna go around the horn at all.
All right.
Pretty much just. No. Hey, ready, guys? Stand by. And just 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everybody. Thank you once again for tuning in to ASPN HD. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, and I am here at Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts, here to bring you some Bay State Conference high school baseball. Today, we've got the hosting Brookline High Warriors, who you can see warming up on the field right now. They will be facing the visiting Milton High Wildcats. Brookline has had more than their fair share of struggles coming in. They have a 1-10 record approaching their final home game of the regular season, while the Wildcats come in with a convincing 9-2 record. But we don't play these games on paper. We play them on the field. So stick around. This should be a good one. As we get ready to start things off, we'll run down the batting order first for the visiting Milton High Wildcats. Leading off at shortstop, number 12, Owen McHugh. Batting second at catcher, number 5, Shay Donovan. Batting third and taking the mound, number 15, Charlie Walker. Batting cleanup and playing center field, number 7, Colin Hoey. Playing first base and batting fifth, number 9, Graham O'Donnell. Batting sixth, number 13, the third baseman, Jimmy Fallon. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, number 22, Ryan Dexter. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 2, Ryan Kelly. And rounding out the batting order, the left fielder, number 16, Marcus Olivier. Pitching for Brookline today is number 19, James Erickson. And here comes his first pitch of the day. That one's going to be high for ball 1 to the leadoff hitter, Owen McHugh. Erickson, of course, the hero of last week's win against Natick, as he delivers the 1-0. This one's connected on, and it's slapped into left field, right through the gap, a clean single. So the leadoff hitter reaches base, as we now have a runner on first and nobody out, as coming up to the plate, the catcher, number 5, Shay Donovan. A quick hit like that can always shake a pitcher. It's like you've thrown 2 pitches and already a ball's been slapped in the outfield. It'll be up to Erickson to keep his cool here and regroup here against a lefty hitter. First pitch, he pops this one up. It's going into shallow left, being tracked and caught. That is number 18, Matt Richardson. Well tracked there by Richardson. Of course, he was a big hero of last week's win. He had a 2-run double and a leadoff triple in the top of the 9th before he scored the game-winning run later that inning on Erickson's walk-off fielder's choice reach-on error. Now batting the pitcher is Charlie Walker, number 15, and he takes strike 1. So first pitch in the zone for Erickson that was not connected on. But again, he seems to be taking it in stride. Runner on first, 1 out. Erickson checks McHugh over at first. Sets and delivers. Slapped up the middle, and that's going to go past the middle infielders for another single. Juggles by Owen Roach, and the runner's taking off for third. So McHugh goes to second on the hit, and then to third on an E8. Now batting the cleanup hitter, number 7, Colin Hoey. The center fielder coming up with runners on the corners and 1 out. So Brookline will be hoping for some kind of a harmless play here, maybe a strikeout or an infield pop-up, or maybe even a grounder into a double play. Something to eliminate the threat at third base that is Owen McHugh. First pitch from Erickson. He smacks this one deep to left. It's being tracked by Richardson, going back, and he's got it. That's going to bring in a run as McHugh tags up and easily jogs home. So a sac fly to left by Colin Hoey brings in Owen McHugh, and Milton is first on the board here, 1-0. 2 down in the inning as up comes the first baseman, number 9, Graham O'Donnell. First pitch to O'Donnell. No, he caught the corner. I thought that might have been too far inside. But Erickson catches the corner. It'll be an 0-1 count. He checks Walker over at first. Now he sets, winds and fires. And this one is slapped out into shallow left center. It's being tracked, and caught by Roach. Roach sprinting on that one. He lost his hat in the chase, but comes through with the catch. And so after our first half inning, the Milton Wildcats lead the Brookline Warriors 1-0. One thing you got to take away from that at-bat is these Milton batters are coming out swinging. Not a single at-bat went more than 2 pitches that inning. That tells you how aggressive and how confident these Milton hitters are. They're going for contact. They're not waiting for their pitch. They're going after it. So as Charlie Walker takes to the mound for Milton, we're going to take a look at the Brookline batting order for today. Leading off, the center fielder and one of Brookline's 6 seniors being honored today for Senior Day. That is number 2, Owen Roach. Batting second at shortstop, another one of the seniors, number 8, Rocco Shorgy. Batting third and playing behind the plate at the catcher position, another senior, number 20, Jasper Reed. Batting cleanup, we have our first non-senior, the first baseman, number 10, Eli Rothman. Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 18, Matt Richardson. In the 6th spot, the second baseman, number 15, Jack Martell. Batting 7th, playing right field, another senior, number 9, Ramsey Ennis. Batting 8th and manning third base, number 21, Jake Levin. And then rounding out the order, the pitcher, who we just saw work through the top of the first with minimal damage, that is number 19, James Erickson. So like I said, for Roach, Shorgy, Reed, and Ennis, this will be their last game played at Warren Field for what has certainly been a tumultuous high school career for anyone who has played in the realm of 2020 and 2021. This team, of course, had no season last year, and this season was absolutely chaotic, pushed back by the use of the Fall 2 season, which was in place because the fall season got canceled for a number of sports, including football and volleyball. So the chaos has been going on and on for a while now. Thankfully, as more and more people get vaccinated, we seem to be heading back towards something resembling the norm. And for at least right now, we've got baseball. Owen Roach stepping in. He was another guy who was a big part of that exciting 8-7 win over Natick last week. He went 2. Shorgy sprints it out for an infield single to the shortstop, Owen McHugh. Could not field it and get the throw off in time. This is why you run out those plays. Runner on first and 1 out now for the catcher, number 20, Jasper Reed. Reed, a hitter who can punish the right pitch. He's got a lot of pop off that bat. There's a reason he's batting in the 3 spot. And that's because they want him up when their on-base specialists, Roach and Shorgy, do their jobs. First pitch from Walker. Outside, ball 1. You know, as the early parts of the game start to play out, you start to get a sense for the ump's strike zone. A lot of close calls on the inside have been going the pitcher's way, but the first pitch outside misses for a ball. This pitch swung unconnected. It's skied out toward the right side, being chased by the third baseman in foul territory. He cannot track it. That was a tough spot right near the fence and right near the trees. The third baseman, Jimmy Fallon, trying to chase that one down. Not to be confused with the late-night TV host. But he cannot call that one in, so it'll be a harmless 1-1 count for Jasper Reed. The 1-1 to Reed. Swings and connects on this one. It's a slow dribbler over to the pitcher. Thrown to second for one. On to first. As we get ready for the first pitch of the inning, we'll wrap up the fielders after that. First pitch is fouled to the backstop as we look over at third base where we have number 21, Jake Levin. And then, of course, the battery for today, James Erickson on the mound and Jasper Reed behind the plate. This is Jimmy Fallon who fouled off that first pitch and faces an 0-1 count. Oh, that one hit him a little too far inside, and Fallon draws a free pass to first base. So a free runner at first, as now coming to the plate, the designated hitter, number 22, Ryan Dexter. First pitch from Erickson. Looks like they might have called that one low for a ball. One 1-0 should be the count here. Runner at first. Erickson checks on Fallon and now delivers. He's showing bunt. Pulls away. Low ball. Throw down to second. And they got him. Jimmy Fallon caught stealing a laser of a throw by the catcher, Jasper Reed. So 2-0 the count to Dexter as there's now nobody on and one out. A big change of situation there. As he drops that one in. Nice curveball there, strike one. The 2-1 pitch from Erickson. Swung on and fouled to the backstop. That's going to be strike two. You know, a good defensive play like that by Reed, and of course Shorgy applying the quick tag, that gives your pitcher more confidence to attack the hitters. Because now he knows his fielders have his back here. Pitch. That one's going to dip low and maybe a bit outside. That's going to fill the count at 3-2. Full count, one out and nobody on here in the top of the second. As Erickson winds and delivers the payoff pitch. Drops it in there. Dexter thought he had the walk, but he did not. First strikeout of the game, and it's made by James Erickson. The two teams have been very good at making contact up to this point. And now coming to the plate with two outs and nobody on, the second baseman, number 2, Ryan Kelly. First pitch from Erickson. He connects on this one, sends it out to right, diving grab. They say he dropped it. A single to right by Ryan Kelly. I do not have the heart to give an error to Ramsey Annis on that play. He laid out for it. It was not a gimme catch. You can't put an error on that one. That one's got to be scored as a clean hit. So Ryan Kelly gets some nice contact out to right field for a single, and now up is the number 9 hitter, number 16, and the left fielder, Marcus Olivier, who takes strike one. 2 down, runner at first here in the top of the second. Milton has a 1-0 lead over Brookline. The pitch, he chops this one foul. He's headed down the third base side. But well foul there. 0-2 now the count. Erickson checks on Kelly over at first and now sets. To the 0-2 pitch, swungs, and now it's in fair territory over to third. The long throw to first is over Rothman's head. The runners are going to advance. The throw down to second. Do they have him? They got him! Redemption by the infield. Marcus Olivier reaches on the throwing error by Jake Levin, but then tried to advance to second on the error, and Eli Rothman makes the 3-4 throw down to second base, and Jack Martell applies the tag. A thrilling way to get out of the top half of the second inning. So what a crazy inning that was. Plenty of clutch plays from the fielders. We had 2 tagouts at second base. As we get ready to show now the defensive alignment for Milton, starting in left field, we have the left fielder all the way over here, number 16, Marcus Olivier. Moving over to center field, we have number 7, Colin Hoey. Now, over to right field, we have a guy who's only playing defense today. That's number 11, Jack Finnegan. And over at first base, we have number 9, Graham O'Donnell, and the second baseman right next to him, number 2, Ryan Kelly. As we get ready for the first pitch of the inning, catches the inside corner on Eli Rothman. The shortstop for Milton is number 12, Owen McHugh, as another pitch to Rothman. This one is fouled down the left side as we go over to the left side to check out the third baseman, number 13, Jimmy Fallon. And of course, the battery for today, the pitcher, number 15, Charlie Walker, and the catcher, number 5, Shea Donovan. 0-2, the count to Rothman. He swings and connects on this one. It's going to be a grounder, a slow roller, and Kelly could not chase that one down. Another infield single for the Warriors. This one by Eli Rothman. Now coming up to the plate, the left fielder, number 18, Matt Richardson. Like I said, Richardson had an explosive game last Wednesday against Natick. He is showing bunt now, though, so not looking to make any explosive plays here. If he stays with the bunt, he does, but he sends it foul. Last week, Richardson was 2 for 5 with a double, a triple, 2 runs scored, and 2 RBI. And of course, one of those 2 runs was the game winner in the bottom of the 9th inning. 8-7, Brookline won that game, their first and thus far only win of the Seafield side. And that's going to make it 1-2. One and two, the count to Richardson. Rothman at first, nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Pitch, just a bit inside. Those inside pitches, a lot of them have been going the pitcher's way. Richardson brave to hold on that one, but he gets himself a 2-2 count here as a result. Wind up and pitch from Walker. He smacks this one high bouncing foul down the third base side. Two and two, still the count to Richardson. Walker stares in. Gets the pitch he wants. Now winds and fires. Swung on and missed. He got him with the high heat. Richardson goes down swinging. That is the first out of the inning and the first strikeout for Charlie Walker. Now batting the second baseman, number 15, Jack Martell. Walker delivers. Swung on and missed, and that's strike one. Oh, and 1 the count currently to Martell as Rothman stands at first. Pitch This one misses way outside and in the dirt as well, but well covered by Donovan. 1-1 will be the count to Martell. And that's one of those pitches where if you have a less experienced catcher, that could turn into a free path to second base for the base runner. 1-1 the count. Pitch. He slices this one to the backstop, and that's going to make the count 1-2. Walker sets. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. And no drop third strike anyway because there was a runner at first. And Martell goes down swinging as well. Back-to-back strikeouts for Charlie Walker, as now stepping in with 2 outs and a runner on first, the right fielder, number 9, Ramsey Ennis. Ennis, one of Brookline's 6 seniors, being honored here today. As Walker checks the runner at first, winds and delivers, swung on and missed. That's going to be strike 1. Now, I say the 6 seniors, even though only 4 are in the lineup today. Unfortunately, 2 are injured. That is Aiden Chin and Luis Perez. Their absence certainly has been felt this season, as Ennis stands in with an 0-1 count, takes the pitch and fouls it to the backstop to make it 0-2. The other seniors, of course, being the man at the plate, Ennis, as well as the 1-2-3 hitters in the lineup, Owen Roach, Rocco Shorgy, and Jasper Reed. 2 down here in the bottom of the second. Milton leads 1-0. Brookline has a runner on first, and an 0-2 count to Ennis as he smacks this one out to right field. The right fielder tracking it, and he's got it. That's going to end the inning. We are through 2 here at Warren Field, following the catch out in right field by Jack Finnegan. Once again, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan for ASPN HD, covering this high school baseball contest, and we'll be back after a break. Stay tuned.
Great. Keep recording. Woo, good job, Jess. Nice job. Thanks. We're back in.
All right, and we're back here at Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts, here for the top of the 3rd inning of this high school baseball game between the hosting Brookline High Warriors and the visiting Milton High Wildcats. That first pitch is high for ball 1. That was a throw to the leadoff hitter, Owen McHugh. Milton has already hit through their lineup, so they're at the 2nd time through the lineup as McHugh chops this one foul down the third base side. McHugh, his last time up, hit a single to left and later came in to score the game's only run thus far on a sacrifice fly by Colin Hoey. He now has a 1-1 count as the leadoff man here in the 3rd, and he takes that pitch high and inside for ball 2. James Erickson, the pitcher for Brookline, he winds and delivers and misses high and inside again. He's missed in that same spot all 3 times for the 3 balls so far this at bat. 3-1 is the count to McHugh. Erickson, the 3-1 pitch. This one's connected and fouled down the right side. And that'll make the count full here to Owen McHugh. Erickson stares in the air, trying to advance to second. Now batting is the pitcher, Charlie Walker. He takes the first pitch low and outside for ball 1. Walker, his last time up, hit a single up the middle, which sent McHugh all the way to third following a slight error in center field, as that one just misses outside as well. The ump's got a tight outside zone in this game, it seems, as Walker faces the 2-0 count. The pitch from Erickson. They're going to call that one a strike. Some nice framing by Jasper Reed. And if my count is correct, the count is 2-1. Pitch from Erickson. It hits him. Count doesn't even matter. That is the second batter that Erickson has hit so far today. And it's all been on hanging curves. He's going for those curveballs inside, and they're just hanging, which is why the hitters aren't afraid to just stand in and take it. It's not like they're getting hit by a heater. As now, coming to the plate with 2 outs and a runner on first, is Colin Hoey. Hoey, the only hitter with an RBI so far today, as he hit a sac fly out to left his last time up to drive in Owen McHugh. First pitch low and away for ball 1. Reed thought about the throw down to first. He's shown already what a dangerous arm he can have, as he threw out Jimmy Fallon attempting to steal second back in the second inning. Erickson checks the runner at first and decides to throw back to first, but it gets away from Rothman. Walker, however, decides to hold. Rothman managed to get his glove on that throw, which effectively minimized the damage. 1-0, the count to Colin Hoey. Charlie Walker stands at first. The pitch, low and inside, that's going to be ball 2. Once again, Milton High leads Brookline 1-0 here in the top of the third at Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. Pitch from Erickson, connected, and that one's going to go foul. A hard grounder down the third base side, but it bounces foul, and so the count will be 2-1. Erickson checks the runner at first. Stares in and delivers. This one's connected. It's going to go over the shortstop's head into left center. Runners advance to second and first as Roach juggled it for a second but managed to get it back into the infield quick enough this time. So a single to left center by Hoey. Walker advances to second. 2 outs and runners at first and second for Graham O'Donnell. O'Donnell flew out shallow center to end the first inning. First pitch to him here is low for ball 1. O'Donnell, the first baseman for the Milton Wildcats. They have looks like might be a pinch runner at second base as the pitch thrown in and catches the corner for strike 1. That is number 14, Jeff Potter, who is currently running for Charlie Walker. Pitch. This one skips off the catcher's chest, and one runner is going to advance, and that's going to be the pinch runner, Potter. So that one missed well outside. So we got runners on the corners now with 2 outs for O'Donnell following the wild pitch. And if I've not lost track, then it should be a 2-1 count. Erickson the pitch. This one hit to the backstop. That's going to be a foul ball and strike 2. Two and two, the count now to O'Donnell. 2 down, runners at the corners. Milton already nursing a 1-run lead over Brookline here in the top of the 3rd. Pitch. He slices this one. Fielded by Shorgy, tossed to second, they get the force out. Nice play by Shorgy. It was a weird hop. He was going low for the low roller, and then it bounced right into his chest. He caught that one almost like a receiver, getting the football in his chest, and then tossed it from his knees to Martell at second for the 6-4 fielder's choice. Hoey out at second, and inning over. Brookline again minimizing the damage. Milton just can't seem to pull away. Milton got some good results in the first inning. They managed to get 1 run, like I said, off the sac fly by Hoey. In the second inning, they got 2 base runners, but neither of them managed to get anywhere. One was caught stealing, and then one was left stranded after the last batter reached on an error, but then was caught trying to advance to second. And now here in the 3rd, they get runners to the corners, in part because of a wild pitch, so they're taking advantage again. But then nice fielding on the fielder's choice means no runners come in. We head to the bottom of the 3rd now. Due up for Brookline will be the bottom segment of the lineup. That'll be Jake Levin and James Erickson before cycling back around to the leadoff hitter, Owen Roach. First up, the 3rd baseman, number 21, Jake Levin. In that win over Natick last week, Levin was 1 for 2 with a walk and an RBI. He'll be hoping to get on base here. The first pitch connects on this one, sends it out to shallow right. It's being tracked and caught by the right fielder. Nice play out and right by Jack Finnegan. He's made a couple of nice catches early in this game. He may not be hitting today as he's just playing as a defensive player, but making his dues as now coming to the plate the pitcher, number 19, James Erickson. First pitch from Walker. Swung on and missed, fooled him on the low cutting curveball. That's going to be strike 1. 0-1, the count to Erickson. Pitch. Catches him with the movement again. That's going to be strike 2. Erickson did not have a statistically fantastic game last week against Natick, 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. But one of those 0-fers was a reach on a fielder's choice throwing error as he takes strike 3 to go down on strikes. Erickson brought home the winning run in that last win, but nothing doing there as he goes down on strikes. Owen Roach now takes to the plate, his 2nd time facing Walker. Last time, just 1 pitch, and he popped out to second. Now this one, he shows bunt, but pulls back and takes strike 1. So both teams get to their 2nd time through the lineup by the 3rd inning. Of course, Milton a few batters ahead in that cycle, as this pitch misses low and away. That'll be ball 1 to Roach. 1-1 now, the count to Roach. Wind up in the pitch from Walker. Swings, Pops this one down the right field side and well in foul territory. That's going to be out of play. 1-2 now, the count to the senior center fielder. Pitch. He connects on this one. Well caught by Walker. That's going to be an easy 1-3 out to end the inning. Charlie Walker made that almost look like a casual play. Ball bounced right towards his face, and he just put his glove up, you know, like he was giving a half-handed wave hello, with the kind where you just put your hand up, you don't even bother to wave. He just put his glove up, ball right in the glove, and easy play at first. We are through 3 here at Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. The score, the Milton High Wildcats 1, the Brookline High Warriors 0. Brookline, the scrappy 1-10 squad, has done a good job holding off the 9-2 Milton hitters, keeping them to just 1 run through 3 innings. But their offense has yet to make any significant progress thus far. They've only gotten 2 base runners on so far, stranded one of them, and no one has advanced to second safely yet today for the Warriors. Meanwhile, the Milton Wildcats have gotten 3 runners down to third base. Only one of them has scored thus far. But you can't play as if your pitcher is going to hold them off forever. You got to get the offense going if you're going to win this game, or at least come back and tie the score. In the meanwhile, leading off will be the third baseman, number 13, Jimmy Fallon. First pitch from Erickson. Inside for ball 1, if I'm not mistaken. Fallon, his last time up, was hit by a pitch from Erickson, but was later caught stealing second base. One and two, the count to Dexter. Pitch from Erickson. Just a bit outside, that's going to be ball 2. 2-2 the count as Erickson trying to work towards his second strikeout of the day. Pitch, swung on and chopped foul. Still 2-2 as Dexter stays alive, trying not to strike out for the second time today. 1 out and nobody on here in the top of the 4th. Erickson winds and delivers. This one is popped into shallow center, and it's going to drop in front of Roach for a single. So Dexter manages to fight his way out of the pitcher's count and get himself on base with the single. Now up the second baseman, number 2, Ryan Kelly. Kelly, his last time up, hit a single to right field and was able to advance all the way to third on a throwing error at third base on a grounder hit by Marcus Olivier, but then Olivier was thrown out at second on the play, and so Kelly was effectively left stranded at third base. He now comes to the plate with 1 out and a runner on first. Pitch. Just low for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. He pops this one up. It's being tracked by Martell, and he gets it just beyond the infield dirt. So a harmless second out there. As now coming up, the left fielder, number 16, Marcus Olivier. As I said, Olivier last time reached on a throwing error, but then was thrown out at second trying to get more out of that error. Pitch. Just outside for ball 1. 1-0 the count. 2 outs. Runner at first is Ryan Dexter. Milton leads Brookline 1-0. The pitch. And he slices this one foul down the first base side. They were going for a hit and run there as Dexter took off, but Erickson jammed him inside and forced the foul ball. One and one, the count to Olivier. Pitch from Erickson. He slices this one to the backstop. That'll make it 1-2. Erickson checks the runner at first. Sets, winds, and delivers. This one is high for ball 2. 2-2, now the count to Olivier. 2 outs, runner at first here in the top of the 4th. Milton leads Brookline 1-0. 2-2 pitch. Catches the outside corner. That's strike 3. Bit of a delayed call from the ump, but gave him the punch out, and that ends the 4th inning. James Erickson doing a pretty solid job through 4 innings thus far. He may have only 2 strikeouts on the day, but he's only allowed 1 run against a pretty strong Milton squad. Of course, the Brookline offense has to make it work, though, as they prepare to send the meat of their lineup up to the plate. It's going to be the 2-3-4 hitters, Rocco Shorgy, Jasper Reed, and Eli Rothman, due up in the bottom of the 4th against the Milton pitcher, Charlie Walker, who is 3 innings into a shutout effort thus far with 3 strikeouts to his name, and just 2 hits allowed, both infield hits. And he has yet to walk anybody thus far, so it's been an effective outing for Walker so far. And now steps in Rocco Shorgy. He hit an infield single to the shortstop last time, and he takes the first pitch low and away, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch to Shorgy. In there for strike 1. 1-1 the count to the senior shortstop. Walker winds and delivers. Connected on this one. It's a hard grounder past the third baseman and into left field. Shorgy has his 2nd hit of the day. Now coming up with a runner at first and nobody out is the catcher, number 20, Jasper Reed. Reed, of course, aiming for some atonement after grounding into a 1-6-3 double play back in the 1st inning. Big swing on that first pitch, but he misses. That'll be strike 1. As thing, Reed can send that ball flying if he catches all of it, but he caught none of it on that one. 0-1 the count. Walker winds and delivers. Finds the zone quickly for an 0-2 count. Walker briefly checks on Shorgy at first. The 0-2 pitch to Reed. Swung on and missed. And Reed goes down on strikes. 4 strikeouts now for Walker as stepping in the cleanup hitter and first baseman, number 10, Eli Rothman. First pitch from Walker. Drops low and inside, ball 1. Last week in the win against Natick, Rothman was 1 for 4 with an RBI. He'll be looking to get his first hit here, as that one catches the outside corner for strike 1. 1 out, Rocco Shorgy at first base. Rothman facing a 1-1 count. And he takes that one high for a ball 2. And actually, my mistake, this would be Rothman's second hit of the day. He got an infield single to the second baseman his last time up. So he's 1 for 1 thus far, and now facing a 2-1 count. Manages to catch the low corner there. Some excellent framing there from Shea Donovan to help get the call. 2-2, the count to Rothman. Pitch, and he chops this one foul slightly down the third base side. One out, Shorgy at first. 2-2, the count to Rothman here in the bottom of the fourth. Walker delivers. And Shorgy steals second on basically defensive indifference. And they call the ball outside to make it a full count. So Brookline, their first runner in scoring position today. And the count is now full to Rothman. The pitch. He swings and misses, and that's going to be strike 3. So now coming to the plate with 2 outs and a runner at second, the left fielder, number 18, Matt Richardson. Walker briefly checks on Shorgy, now delivers, misses outside, that's going to be ball 1. Tying run is at second. 2 down here in the bottom of the fourth. The 1-0 pitch. Misses high. That's going to be ball 2. Two and 0 the count to Richardson. Pitch. Low and away, and that's going to be ball 3. Wonder if maybe the runner on second is starting to get in the pitcher's head. As it's now a 3-0 count to Richardson with a runner at second. Pitch. He swings and skies this one out to left. It's being chased, tracked, and caught in left field. An aggressive play there from Matt Richardson, swinging at a 3-0 pitch. Caught it with the end of the bat and skied it out to left field. But just too much outfield grass there, and it didn't travel far enough. The fly out to left ends the fourth inning. Brookline strands a runner at second, and Milton maintains its 1-0 lead. And I'm Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan with ASPN HD, and we're going to go to a quick break. Stay tuned.
Great.
Hello and welcome back to Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. On behalf of ASPN HD, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. We are here in the top of the fifth of this high school baseball game as the first pitch from James Erickson misses outside for ball one. We are back to the top of the order for the Milton Wildcats as Owen McHugh takes the 1-0 pitch and skies it out to left center field. It's being tracked and caught by Owen Roach, the center fielder. He had a long way to go, but the ball hung in the air long enough for him to make the play. So 2 pitches and 1 out here in the top of the fifth. As now coming to the plate is Shea Donovan. Donovan 0 for 2 thus far. He's lined out to left and grounded out to third. First pitch from Erickson. Inside for ball one. Of course, Donovan, I think, might be the only lefty batter in this game between both teams. He faces the 1-0 count. Pitch. Misses high. That's going to be 2-0. As I said, the visiting Milton High Wildcats holding a 1-0 lead over the hosting Brookline High Warriors. It's been a close pitchers duel between Brookline's James Erickson and Milton's Charlie Walker, as this pitch is grounded over to the second baseman, fielded clean by Martell, thrown to Rothman for the easy 4-3 out. Textbook defense there, and very quickly, in just 5 pitches, Brookline has 2 down here, as now coming to the plate is the opposing pitcher, Charlie Walker. First pitch to Walker, inside for ball one. Erickson not afraid to go back to that inside spot, despite the fact that he actually hit Walker his last time up. 1-0. Swung on and missed. Fooled him. Bit of a dip on that pitch there. And it'll be a 1-1 count. Walker 1 for 1 thus far with a single and a hit by pitch. And he now faces a 1-1 count. This one well high for ball 2. 2 down here in the top of the fifth. Nobody on. Erickson trying to finish his 5th inning of work. He's been very effective as the starting pitcher thus far. But this pitch is lined out to left and caught by Richardson. Again, just hung in the air a little too long. That one looks like it had the potential to be a single, but not on Richardson's watch. Fly out to left center, ground out to second, and line out to left. Ends the 5th in order. And I think that might just be... No, it's not the first time that Erickson has gotten them down in 3 hitters, but it is the first time... No, actually, it is the first time in 3 hitters. First 1-2-3 inning for James Erickson, as now the Milton hitter, Charlie Walker, who just lined out, returns to the mound for his 5th inning of work. He is working a shutout thus far with 5 strikeouts, and he'll be facing Jack Martell, Ramsey Ennis, and James Levin, the 6, 7, 8 hitters for Brookline. Jack Martell, of course, his last time up, struck out swinging. Ramsey Ennis flew out to right his last time up, and Jake Levin flew out to right his last time up. Brookline working on finishing their 2nd time through the order, as Walker has been very efficient dealing with the Brookline hitters thus far. Almost through 5 innings, and only now the team is getting close to finishing their 2nd time through the order. Now first up is Jack Martell. It's 15 against 15 right now. As Walker winds and delivers, this one misses low for ball 1. Brookline offense has to do something to back up this strong pitching effort from James Erickson. Could that offensive resistance start here with Jack Martell? The 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed, and that's going to be strike 1. As I said, Martell 0 for 1 with a strikeout thus far today. He'll be looking to get some clean contact here. That one curved in, but not enough, as it misses high for ball 2. That's the messy thing about those curveballs. It's like, when exactly does it drop? And that one dropped too late. The 2-1 pitch misses outside. That's going to be ball 3. 3-1 now, the count to Martell. We are here in the bottom of the 5th of this 1-0 game. There's Walker, winds and fires. And he misses high and outside. That's going to be the first walk for Brookline today by Jack Martell. Now coming up, one of Brookline's seniors, the right fielder, number 9, Ramsey Annis. Annis, his last time up, flew out to right field. He'll be looking, he's showing bunt as they throw back to try and get Martell. Nope, they don't get him in time. O'Donnell wanted that call, but they say they didn't get back in time. It's a smart strategy to throw back when they're showing bunt, because clearly the runner is getting ready to take off at the sound of contact. So now Walker keeping his eye on the runner. Annis showing bunt again. Pitcher resetting himself as Annis steps back into the box. Checks on Martell. Annis showing bunt again. The pitch. He pulls back. The throw back to first is over the head of the first baseman. And Martell decides to hold. So after all that, the count is 1-0 to Annis and nothing else changes. Fifth pitch in this time, and he drops down the bunt. And they can't throw out at second, so they have to get Annis at first. The sac bunt is successful. So a well-executed bunt by Ramsey Annis just dropped it right in front of him. Walker was thinking about trying to throw out Martell at second, but nothing doing there. And now with a runner on second and 1 out, the third baseman, Jake Levin, steps in. First pitch. No, he doesn't pitch. He pulls back. It's motions like what Walker's been doing this inning that make me just understand less and less the rules of a balk. Because when I see it called, and then when I see pitchers doing this, I'm like, I don't even know. I know there's a rule in there somewhere, as this one misses low and away. But dang if I don't understand it. 1-0, the count to Levin. His last time up, he flew out to right. He'll be looking to advance the runner this time, as he takes the pitch inside for ball 2. Walker's control starting to suffer here late in the game. He's been going for almost 5 innings now. And he delivers. Swung on and missed by Levin. That's going to be strike 1. 2-1, the count now to Jake Levin. Jack Martell stands at second, representing the potential tying run, as that one catches the low corner for strike 2. Walker sets, checks Martell at second, checks again, checks a third time. Now the pitch. Catches the outside corner again, and that's going to be strike 3. Levin goes down looking. And so now with 2 outs, are they going to throw in a pinch hitter? They might be throwing in a pinch hitter to replace their pitcher. This is going to be number 13, Daniel Villa. Villa did pinch hit for Erickson at one point last game, and he got a clean single. So they'll be hoping for something here. The pitch misses low and away for ball 1. Now, of course, I say the last game. It was actually 2 games ago, last Wednesday against Natick. They did play at Wellesley on Friday and lost 6-3. Excuse me. 1-0 pitch. Catches the zone for strike 1. Jack Martell standing at second. The pinch hitter, Daniel Villa, at the plate with 2 down, hoping to bring the tying run home here. Pitch. Misses outside. That's ball 2. Walker checking Martell at second. The 1-1 pitch. He swings and chops this one. It's a high bouncer to second, fielded cleanly by the second baseman, and the 4-3 ground out ends the inning. So Brookline strands another runner in scoring position for the second inning in a row. They're still shut out thus far by Walker as they get ready to take the field for the top of the 6th inning. James Erickson returning to the mound, which he can do despite being pinch hit. They did come out with a National League style lineup with just 9 fielders and 9 hitters all the same, so they weren't using a DH like Milton is doing. And so they are able to put Erickson back out on the mound. And good thing, too, he's been very effective. So far through 5 innings, this has been Brookline's best defensive performance all year. As we see the Brookline coaching staff over there by the third base side, and in walks head coach Brendan O'Connor. Coaches certainly hoping for a good result to give to their team, especially to their seniors. Like I said, the 4 who are able to play today and the 2 that are absent with injuries. Rocco Shorkey, the shortstop, certainly one of them, as is the catcher who just made that throw, Jasper Reed. Along with them, you have Owen Roach out in center field and Ramsey Ennis out in right, as Erickson takes back to the mound, and he'll be starting off against the cleanup hitter for Milton, Colin Hoey. Hoey has been very successful thus far. He is, as the first pitch comes in, and just misses low for ball 1. Hoey is 1 for 1 thus far with a sacrifice fly and a single, as sacrifice flies don't count as an empty at bat. This one is chopped foul down the third base side. That'll be strike 1. Hoey had a single to left center his last time up in the top of the third, but was then thrown out at second on a fielder's choice grounder by Graham O'Donnell. The 1-1 in the dirt. That's going to be ball 2. Excuse me. Spring season, the pollen's coming out to play. 2-1, the count to Hoey. Here's the pitch from Erickson. He skies this one, and it looks like it's going to go over the backstop for a foul ball. So we've been going back and forth here. Ball, foul ball, ball, foul ball. If the pattern continues, Ericsson's going to throw another ball and make it a full count. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And he misses high. You know, sometimes I hate being psychic. It's both a blessing and a curse. As if the pattern follows here, it'll be another foul ball by Hoey. And I might not be able to stop myself from laughing if that happens. Here's the payoff pitch. Nope, misses high and inside, and that's going to be ball 4. A leadoff walk for Colin Hoey. As now coming up, the first baseman, Graham O'Donnell. O'Donnell has had some rough luck thus far. He flew out to shallow center to end the top of the first, and grounded into a fielder's choice to end the top of the third. For once, he cannot end an inning here. This is his first at-bat where there aren't 2 outs in the inning, as there are currently no outs and a runner at first. His team nursing a narrow 1-0 lead over the home team Warriors. And the first pitch is a hit and run, but he skies it right into the air. It's being tracked by Martell. He catches it, throws to first, not in time. That was dangerous. O'Donnell almost hit into a double play as they went for the hit and run, but again, Ericsson has just been so effective at jamming them inside, and he does it that time to force O'Donnell to pop out to second for the first out of the inning. Now coming up to the plate, the third baseman, Jimmy Fallon. First pitch from Ericsson. Catches the outside corner for strike 1. Fallon, of course, has flown out to right and been hit by a pitch so far today, so he's 0 for 1 as the throwback to first. Nothing doing there. Now, Ericsson continues to check Hoey at first, stares back in at Fallon. Pitch. He skies this one out to left center, and Roach tracks it easily.
Get out.
He makes it look easy anyway. You can tell how much the sun is coming down on these outfielders just by looking at the fact that even sometimes during a pitch, they're holding their gloves in front of their faces. And I'm having to hold my hand over my head through this entire game, basically, just so I can see. But 2 outs now, as up to the plate comes Ryan Dexter. Pitch to Dexter. First pitch is skied over the backstop for a foul ball. Dexter, his last time up, hit a single to center, but was stranded at first back in the top of the 4th. And in the top of the 2nd, he struck out looking. So 1 for 2 so far for the designated hitter. And he now faces an 0-1 count. The pitch. He chops this one high. It's being tracked by Roach, and he's got it. There, with a little help from his friend and classmate, Ramsey Annis, who was helping him to track it in the sun. He was saying, no, a little back, okay, you're there. Good teamwork there. And through 5.5, the score is still 1-0 Milton. Brookline will be sending the top of their order up to face the Milton pitcher for the 3rd time today, and they'll be hoping to get some runs on the board. Charlie Walker returns to the mound for his 6th inning of work, and why not? He's not in any trouble pitch count-wise, and he's working on a shutout thus far. I beg your pardon for all the coughs and sneezes. As much as the ball players are coming out to play, so is the pollen and other allergens of the lovely springtime of New England. Even with about 3 or 4 straight days of rain, they couldn't wash away everything, I guess. So it'll be Roach, Shorgy, and Reed, 3 of the team's 6 seniors, and 3 of the 4 active in the lineup today, who will be coming to the plate to face Walker here in the bottom of the 6th. Of course, Roach, his last time up, grounded out to the pitcher, and in his first at-bat, he popped out to second, so he is 0 for 2 thus far. Rocco Shorgy 2 for 2 with an infield single to shortstop, and then a single to left field. And Jasper Reed is 0 for 2 with a ground out into a double play and a strikeout. So first to the plate is Owen Roach. First pitch from Walker, and he slaps this one. It's going to go over the second baseman's head and into right center field. One pitch, one hit. Owen Roach gets a runner on the base paths. That's his second at-bat where he swung at the very first pitch, but a much better result for him this time. Now stepping in with a runner at first and nobody out is Rocco Shorgy. Shorgy 2 for 2 thus far today as they throw back to first to check on Roach. A smart play to make there. Roach can be very dangerous on the base paths, as he now sets against Shorgy. Pitch, Shorgy shows bunt. He drops it down, but foul down the first base side. Brookline trailing 1-0 late in this game. Trying to come back in it and at least get their first run across so they can tie this one up. Shorgy's still showing bunt, but he pulls back, swings, and fouls it to the backstop. 0-2, now the count to the senior shortstop. And it's an 0-2 count to Shorgy, so he's likely not going to try and bunt this time because one more foul bunt and he'll be out. The 0-2 pitch from Walker. High for ball one. They throw back to first, but nothing there. One and two, the count to Shorgy. Nobody out. Roach at first, representing the potential tying run. The pitch, inside, ball two. Shorgy patiently waiting out this at-bat. Of course, those who have watched him know he can be a very effective on-base guy in terms of walks and hit by pitches. Last week against Natick, he got hit by a pitch twice. Now the 2-2. He slaps this one out to right field. It's being tracked by the right fielder, and he caught it. A nice play by Finnegan out and right. If that one dropped, that could have spelled disaster for Milton. Would have had a runner at least in scoring position with nobody out. But instead, it's still a runner at first with one out, as now stepping in is Jasper Reed. Reed 0 for 2 thus far. He's grounded into a double play and struck out. First pitch. Misses low, ball one. Reed, one of the, if not the most powerful hitters in the Brookline lineup. And they'll be looking for some power here. Pitch. Swung on and missed. A big cut, but a big miss by Jasper Reed, and 1-1 is now the count. Reed, of course, the only Brookline player who I've ever seen hit a home run out of the park. I saw him do it last summer during the Lou Tompkins season. And now this pitch, he skies it out to right center. It's being tracked and caught again by Finnegan. Again, nice contact, but a bit too much air under it and not placed well enough. 2 down and a runner at first for the cleanup hitter, number 10, Eli Rothman. Owen Roach still standing at first. The pitch. It skips away from the catcher, and Roach is going to head for second. So the passed ball allows Roach to steal second, and Brookline now has a runner in scoring position. 1-0, the count to Rothman. Pitch. In there for strike one. 1-1, the count to Rothman. Rothman has had an infield single to second and a strikeout swinging. He now faces a 1-1 count. The pitch. He swings and sends this one down the left field line and into foul territory. Brookline just can't seem to place these hits where they want them, as they're either going right at fielders or they're going off to foul territory. 1-2, the count to Rothman. 2 down, the potential tying run at second base. Here in the bottom of the 6th. And they decide to fake the throw back to second as Walker stepped off the bag. Trying to keep Roach honest over there at second base. Walker checks a few times. Now the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and connected. This one's down the left field line. That's fair. Roach is rounding third. This could be a tie game. They throw it back into the infield, and that's not going to be in time. Roach ties the game off the single to left by Eli Rothman. The word clutch comes to mind as Eli Rothman, with 2 outs and a man in scoring position, comes through big time. And what also makes you think big time is that passed ball by the catcher, Shea Donovan, that allowed Roach to get into scoring position, because without that play, that run doesn't come in. 2 outs, tie game at 1, and the first pitch to Matt Richardson is swung on and missed. 2 outs, Rothman stands at first. A 1-1 ball game now here in the bottom of the 6th. Matt Richardson facing an 0-1 count. Pitch. In there for strike 2. Richardson flew out to left in the bottom of the 4th, his last time up, stranding Rocco Shorgy at second base. He'll be hoping for a better result this time. Pitch. He skies this one into shallow left center, and it's being tracked by Olivier and caught. The 6th inning ends, but not before Brookline can tie up this ball game. The score through 6. Brookline 1, Milton 1. This pitcher's duel here is coming down to the wire. Brookline trying to deliver a huge upset and come through with a win for their seniors. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan with ASPN HD, and I'll be back after a short break. Stay tuned. HD, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, and the first pitch at the top of the 7th is in there for a strike from James Erickson. We've got one that's getting really exciting now, folks, as Brookline just tied it up at the end of the 2nd inning, and now Erickson, with his 2nd pitch, catches the high corner for strike 2. Batting right now, of course, is the 2nd baseman, number 2, Ryan Kelly. 0-2 is now the count to Kelly. Erickson winds and delivers, swung on and chopped down the right side, fielded for the quick 4-3 out. Textbook play by Jack Martell at second and Eli Rothman at first. So 3 pitches and 1 down, as now coming up is the left fielder, Marcus Olivier. First pitch misses outside for ball 1. Olivier, his last time up, struck out looking to end the top of the 4th. And then, of course, in the top of the 2nd, he got thrown out at second to end that inning. He skies this one out to left field, and it's fielded easily by Matt Richardson. 5 pitches and 2 down here in the 7th. It's this kind of efficient pitching that has allowed both pitchers in this game to keep going the distance. James Erickson aiming for a complete game now as he cycles around to the top of the order. And the leadoff hitter, Owen McHugh. First pitch is hit a slow chopper to short, fielded by Shorgy, thrown to first. The 6-3 ground out ends the inning. 1-2-3. Erickson finding a groove. He has now thrown all 7 innings of regulation. And he's only allowed 1 run. And arguably, the run wasn't even earned, as it came in part because of an error that allowed the eventual scoring runner to advance from second to third. I don't think either run has technically been earned thus far for the pitchers, so if we go by earned runs, these are 2 pitchers both throwing shutouts. As we get set for the bottom of the 7th inning, and it is Charlie Walker coming back out onto the mound for Milton. He's been having a stellar day on the mound thus far, but his offense hasn't been able to back him up. Due up for the Warriors will be Jack Martell, Ramsey Annis, and Jake Levin, the 6, 7, 8 hitters. And of course, last time in the 6th inning, it was Owen Roach leading off with a single, advancing to second on a passed ball, and then coming in on a 2-out single by Eli Rothman that allowed Brookline to tie the game. So like I said, technically an error involved in that scoring, so it wouldn't go down as an earned run for Walker. But neither would the 1 run scored by Milton. Owen McHugh came in on a sacrifice fly by Colin Hoey, but he was only at third base because of an error by Roach in center field. So no earned runs thus far, 1 run apiece for these 2 teams. And we're in the final frame of regulation. Leading off is Jack Martell. The first pitch swung on and missed, and that's going to be strike 1. Martell, his last time up, drew a walk to lead off the bottom of the 5th, but he was stranded at second base. This pitch is high and inside for ball 1. I believe Martell's walk the only free pass that Walker has dealt thus far today, as he delivers the 1-1, and that's low and inside for ball 2. As the game goes on, it becomes that much harder to keep control of those pitches. The way the ump signaled it might... Is it 2-1 or 1-2? I'm facing him backwards. It's now 2-2. I got a little mixed up because the ump's kind of a mirror image for me now. 2-2 the count. Swung on and fouled off. Behind and slightly to the right. Count remains 2-2 to Martell. The 2-2 from Walker. Swung on and missed, and Martell goes down on strikes. So a hard-fought strikeout for Charlie Walker. as now coming to the plate is number 9, Ramsey Annis. He laid down a successful sac bunt last time, but he has no runners to advance this time. 1 out, nobody on. First pitch, he swings and fouls this one to the backstop. That'll be strike 1. Of course, he flew out to right in his first at-bat, so currently in the box score, for those of you keeping track at home, that is 0-1 for the day. Pitch. That one misses high and inside. That's going to be ball 1. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Annis wanted that one, but he didn't get it. 1-2, now the count to the right fielder. The 1-2. Catches the corner, and Annis goes down on strikes as well. Back-to-back strikeouts for Charlie Walker, as now coming up the third baseman, number 21, Jake Levin. Levin, his last time up, he struck out looking. He'll be looking to put the ball in play this time, as he takes the first pitch for strike 1. Of course, he flew out to right his first time up when he led off the bottom of the third, so currently 0 for 2. Oh and 1 is currently the count, with 2 outs and nobody on here in the bottom of the 7th. Swung on and missed, fooled him that time. Strike 2. 0-2, now the count to Levin. Pitch. Just missed high. That's going to be ball 1. That was a close one. Good patience from Levin waiting on that one. Walker sets. The 1-2 pitch. Drops in there, fooled him completely, and that's going to be 3 straight strikeouts for Charlie Walker. Can you say those magic 2 words, people? Extra innings. We are now heading into the top of the 8th inning of a tie ball game. The score, Brookline 1, Milton 1. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, here on behalf of ASPN HD, happy to be able to bring you a game like this one. James Erickson returning to the mound for Brookline for his 8th inning of work. What an unbelievable outing he has had thus far. Easily the best pitching performance anyone from Brookline has had this season. They've been giving up almost 8 runs a game so far through their first 11 games. But Erickson has put in a masterful outing, combined with a few clutch plays from his defense. You know, you think of Jasper Reed catching a runner stealing second. You think of Eli Rothman recovering from a throwing error and throwing out another runner at second in the same inning. Think of all the balls well tracked by the outfielders. Rocco Shorgy catching one in his chest at shortstop for an inning-ending fielder's choice. I mean, all around the field, this has probably been the best defensive outing I've seen out of this Brookline team this season. As we get ready to start off the top of the 8th, the first pitch will be fouled off, and that is number 5, Shea Donovan. So we got a meeting at the mound between the catcher, Jasper Reed, and the pitcher, James Erickson. As it's currently an 0-1 count to the catcher, Donovan, leading off the inning. The 0-1 pitch. Just misses outside. That's going to be ball 1. One and one the count. Pitch from Erickson. They're going to say just dropped a little too low. That one was close, but they called ball 2. Pitch. Misses just low again. That's going to be ball 3 to Donovan. You certainly don't want to surrender a leadoff walk in this situation, in such a tight game. Can Erickson fight his way back? Pitch. Misses high. No, he can't. Donovan draws the leadoff walk. And so with a runner at first, we're going to have a meeting at the mound. Erickson's been going a long time now. And you have to wonder, at what point do the pitch counts come in? At what point do you start to worry about fatigue affecting his control? They're going to pull him off the mound. And he deserves the round of applause that he's getting from the Brookline side after a stellar outing. It'll be Rocco Shorgy taking over on the mound for Brookline. And we'll see where they decide to put everyone else. Erickson, of course, an infielder as well. He played second base last week against Natick. And of course, Shorgy actually got the win on the mound in that game in very similar circumstances. He came on in the top of the 9th. He was the 4th pitcher they'd used that day. Threw a shutout inning. And then the team got the winning run in the bottom half of the inning, crediting him with the win. So we'll see what he does here, and we'll see what Brookline decides to do with their defensive alignment. Do they put Erickson at shortstop? Do they put Martell at shortstop? Do they send one of them out to the outfield and bring in Roach to play shortstop? There's options out there. Right now it's looking like they're going to keep the same infielders. They're going to put Erickson at second, and they're going to move Martell over to shortstop. So Rocco Shorgy comes on with a runner on first and nobody out here in the top of the 8th to face the meat of the order. And it'll be starting with the number 3 hitter and pitcher, number 15, Charlie Walker. Shorgy sets, he throws to first. Nothing doing there. Shea Donovan, the catcher, standing at first base. Shorgy, his first pitch. I think I heard the audible of a strike on that one. So if I'm not mistaken, the count is 0-1. Shorgy, the pitch. Misses outside that time. And so, if I'm not mistaken, the count is 1-1. Pitch. Swung on and grounded over to third. Fielded by 11. Thrown to second. They get the lead runner, and that's going to be it. A 5-4 fielder's choice. Donovan is out at second. Walker reaches first safely. Does not ground into a double play. But a nice defensive play by Brookline to get the lead runner. So coming up for Milton is the one hitter in their lineup with an RBI thus far. That is Colin Hoey. First pitch misses for a ball. One-0 pitch. Swung on and skied out to left field. It's being tracked by Richardson. Way back, way back. He's got the catch. Throws it back into the infield quickly, and Walker has to retreat back to first. Nice job by Matt Richardson. Couldn't really tell if that one was going to be in fair territory, but if it was, that would have been dangerous if he lost it in the sun. So with 2 down and a runner at first, now coming up is Graham O'Donnell. First pitch misses for ball 1. Graham O'Donnell has not had good fortunes thus far. He is 0 for 3. He's ended an inning twice already. The pitch, and he chops this one into left field. Bloop single, and he gets his first hit of the day. So it'll be runners at first and second with 2 outs. The go-ahead run is in scoring position. And now coming up is number 13, the third baseman, Jimmy Fallon. Pitch, just outside. That's going to be ball 1. One and 0 the count to Fallon. Walker at second. O'Donnell at first. The pitch swung on, a hard grounder to third. Fielded by 11. Thrown to first. Missed it! And the runner's coming home! Charlie Walker scores on the E5. And O'Donnell goes down to third. And Milton takes the 2-1 lead. Again, still no earned runs for the Brookline pitchers thus far, but they are now trailing 2-1. His first pitch swung on and grounded over to second, fielded by Erickson. Thrown to first. That ends the inning. The one-pitch ground out to Ryan Dexter ends the top of the 8th, but not before they managed to get a run across. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Brookline down to their last 3 outs now. And it'll be the 9-1-2 hitters. They pinch hit Erickson last time with Daniel Villa. And we'll see what they do here as we have a new pitcher for Milton. This is number 12, Owen McHugh, the starting shortstop, as it looks like Jimmy Fallon is moving over to the shortstop position. And it looks like I'm going to try and track down all the different movements they've made. So it looks like they do have Fallon at the shortstop position where McHugh was. Still got Kelly over at second. We'll see where they decided to put Charlie Walker. With the lead, they might just be putting in defensive specialists, as they've got number 3 over at third base, who is not on my lineup sheet. That's too bad. And it looks like they put Charlie Walker out in right field, replacing Jack Finnegan. So leading off, it looks like they are going to send Erickson to the plate himself. First pitch from McHugh, swung on and missed by Erickson. That's going to be strike 1. Owen McHugh on tab for the win today if he can finish out this inning. Pitch misses high and away, ball 1. One pitch misses low and away. That's ball 2 to Erickson. Erickson hoping to get something started as Brookline needs to come back once again. 2-1 pitch. In there for strike 2. 2-2 count to Erickson. He is 0 for 1 with a strikeout thus far today. The 2-2 pitch. High and outside. That's ball 3. A full count to the first hitter here in the bottom of the 8th. McHugh winds and delivers. Swung on and he slaps it over the second baseman's outstretched glove for a single to right. James Erickson getting the inning started the right way, as Brookline will have a runner on first and nobody out as they come to the top of their lineup, starting with Owen Roach. Roach, of course, the man who scored the tying run back in the 6th inning. He hit a single in that at-bat, and he'll be hoping for another one here, but he shows bunt, and that one bounced high and foul. He got a high inside pitch there as he was trying to show for the sacrifice bunt. Brookline trying to play small ball here and get the potential tying run into scoring position. Roach shows bunt again, but he pulls back. They throw back to first, and Erickson dives back safely. That one was dangerous, and he decided to dive back feet first, which you don't see a lot. His first base coach might be talking about, hey, next time, dive head first. And so, with a timeout called, a meeting at the mound for Milton, Owen Roach will be talking with his coach, Brendan O'Connor. 1-1 is the count to Owen Roach. Nobody out. James Erickson standing at first base, representing the potential tying run. 2-1, Milton leads here in the bottom of the 8th. He shows bunt, tries to drop it down, but misses foul. So with a 2-strike count now, Roach is going to be told to swing away. Some good high pitches from McHugh to force some misplayed bunt attempts. One and two, the count to Roach. McHugh sets. Pitch. Swung on and missed, and that's going to be strike 3. So Roach goes down on strikes, and with one down and a runner at first, up comes Rocco Shorgy. First pitch. Misses just high, ball 1. Shorgy steps back in. The pitch from McHugh. Just high again, ball 2. 2-0, the count to Rocco Shorgy. Pitch. Catches the inside corner there. That is strike 1. 2-1 the count. Erickson still standing at first. Pitch. Swung on and missed, and that's going to be strike 2. Shorgy, of course, his last time up, he lined out to right field. He does have 2 singles so far today. He'll be hoping to get a third here. Pitch. Swung on, he connects it, sends it over to third base, skips away from the third baseman, fielded by the shortstop. And that's going to go safely. That would have been a tough play at first, but I'm still going to mark that as an E5. So Brookline advances the tying run to second base, and now up with a man on first and second, and one out is Jasper Reed. First pitch fouled to the backstop, and that's going to be strike 1. Reed, his last time up, he flew out to right center. He'll be looking for a better result here. He is 0 for 3 thus far. Pitch. That one is high for ball 1. Reed has had some atrocious luck at the plate thus far. He's grounded into a double play, struck out, and flown out. Looking for his first hit of the day. Pitch. Couldn't quite see the ump's signal. It was called high for ball 2. 2-1, the count to Reed. The pitch. Looks like he just missed again for ball 3. 3-1, the count to Reed. The pitch from McHugh. In there for strike 2. Count is now full to Reed. 1 out. Runners at first and second. Brookline trails 2-1 here in the bottom of the 8th. Pitch. Inside. That's ball 4. The bases loaded for the cleanup man and the guy who drove in the tying run back in the 6th inning, Eli Rothman. They have Jasper Reed at first, Rocco Shorgy at second, and James Erickson at third. Erickson, the potential tying run, Shorgy, the potential winning run, and now stepping in with 1 out is Eli Rothman. A ball to the outfield could tie this ball game. Pitch. That one's high for ball 1. Rothman has come through clutch once already today. Can he do it again? The 1-0. Swung on and missed, and that's strike 1. One and 1 is the count to Rothman. Pitch from McHugh. Swung on and missed again. That's strike 2. Brookline with the bases loaded and 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. They need 1 run to tie this ball game and keep it going. Pitch. Outside, ball 2. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and that's a huge strikeout for McHugh. Rothman goes down on strikes, and that's the 2nd out. Milton 1 out away from winning this game, while Brookline is 1 hit away from tying and potentially winning. Stepping up is Matt Richardson. Pitch. He fouls this one to the backstop, strike 1. Richardson, of course, scored the game-winning run against Milton last time and got Brookline's offense started with a 2-run double in that game as well. He had some big hits in that game. He's going to need either a hit or a walk here to keep this game going. The pitch. Swung on and fouled to the backstop again. Quickly, the count is 0-2 to Richardson. Down to the wire. This game is coming. 0-2, the count to Richardson. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th inning. Milton leads 2-1. The pitch. Outside, ball 1. One and 2, the count to Richardson. Both pitcher and hitter looking to be the hero. The pitch. He swings, and that one's fouled down the right side. He stays alive. 1-2, the count. McHugh sets. The pitch. Swung on and missed, and this game's over. Milton comes away with the win, 2-1 in 8 innings of work. Brookline gets the bases loaded with 1 out, but back-to-back strikeouts by the reliever Owen McHugh result in a tough, heartbreaking loss for the Warriors. 2-1 your final score. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan with ASPN HD, and I'll be back with my wrap-up after a break. Stay tuned.
Yeah, you know what? The kicker is when Jasper had the 3-1. It was a nice pitch. He had gone for